What's up, y'all? So, my bad. I've been really fucking depressed. I haven't posted anything in a while, but I'm here. So, a lot of people suggested that I talk about my prison experience, and plus that's where I met Ellie. So it's kind of, my story of how I met her. So I've been to TDC twice. I have 2 TDC numbers. I did a year the first time, and then I did a year and a half this last time when I met Ellie. So I did 6 months in county. Man, county was crazy too. I mean, what can I tell you? El Paso County. I don't know. I did some crazy shit in there. I mean, I would, the craziest thing I did, is I had a weekender take in drugs. I sell drugs. I would sell drugs from in there pretty much. Like, I have my workers out here and shit. I'd be making a lot of money. And I had a weekender take me like weed and Xanax and fucking ecstasy, right? So I would sell the ecstasy, and well, obviously the weed and shit was for me. But that was pretty crazy, man. After that, I mean, the guards knew what's up. I had already been there a while, and every time I go in there, guys, like, they never find my pills, because I used to sell a lot of pills, ecstasy, and I would always, on my boxers, there's a little pocket, so I would always have them there. And they would never find them, so I would always go in there with pills, so everybody knew me. Like, I've been in and out for a while. And anyways, that they took me the pills on a Friday, and by Sunday they had raided all of us, like all of our tanks and shit, because everybody was rolling, to be honest, y'all. And they ended up locking us up for disciplinary. We had like disciplinary days for write-ups, for dress code or whatever the fuck, like not following an order or whatever. So they used that as an excuse to put us all in lockdown. So we were in el pinche hoyo, like no TV, no music, no commissary, no nothing, like just in the room, and the 3 platones that they give us that ain't shit. I was there for like 2 weeks, but one of the girls that was in there, she had heroin, honestly, and she was like, hey, well, I want a pill, trade me a pill for some heroin. And I was like, fuck it, I knew a lot of people that craved that shit in there, so I was like, fuck it. So I traded that, and I sold most of it. But while I was in disciplinary, guys, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, like, I tried that shit. Like, they snort it in there, like they put some water in it, and it just a little fucking tiny drug. That's the only time I've ever seen, smelled, or tried heroin. Like, bro, jail is not good. Like, the first time I've ever like seen meth or heroin like in big chunks and shit like that was in prison. Like, I don't even know people out here that do none of that. So it was just like something to do, honestly. Like, there's no excuse. Like, that shit, it's another trip. I don't recommend it for anybody. Like, I didn't like it, I didn't look for more after that or anything like that. But that was the craziest shit that happened to me in county. I had a lot of drama going on, but other than that, it was alright. I ended up pulling chain. I went to Plain State. I was at Plain State for 6 months also. And Ellie was there too, but I didn't meet her there. I actually met her, at our program, because at Plain State I got my answer. I got the Marlin program, the cognitive program. So they ended up pulling me on March 9 actually, and March 10 is my birthday. So we spent the night at Glory, I think, on when I pulled chain, right? And then after that, on March 10, they took me to Marlin. And my baby, she had pulled chain from Mountain View, I think. So jalamos cadena la misma vez. Estábamos in different prisons, but we pulled chain at the same time, and that's how I met her. Like, we pulled chain together, and we were in lockdown and shit. So, we couldn't really talk or nothing, but she said, like, she looked at me, and I saw her too. Like, she was really pretty. Like, come on, man. Like, how can I not see her? But I'm not a flirt or nothing like that. Like, I actually kept my distance, and she would try talking to me, and I'd be like a mamona. Like, in prison, that's how I am. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you do out there. Like, you could look pretty, and, that doesn't mean I'm going to go hit on you. So I didn't, and she started talking to me, and we ended up, finding out that we had the same charges and shit. Like, we had the same time. She actually got arrested a day after me. I got arrested April 15. She got arrested April 16. And we discharged paroled on the same month and everything. Like, we got out together the same, like, well, we finished our program together, so we did our program and shit. COVID started, guys. Like, I met her March 10th. We started dating until April 13th, but because that's when we made it official. But we had classes together. We had all of our appointments together. We're like, jalamos cadena juntas o teníamos todo igual. Y hablábamos, like, primero la traté como mi amiga y me contó de su vida, yo le conté la mía. We would kite a lot, like, she would write me so many letters and I would write her so many letters, y drawings, y, cards and all that. Like, I have them all, like I'm so thankful I have that, like, her words and shit, and she had really high hopes for her out here, and most of it, we did it, like, we came out, we were together, we literally lived 11 hours from each other, and we made this shit happen, man. Like, not anybody could do that, like, especially when you meet somebody in prison, like, you don't, even in county, like, I met people in county that I've never seen out here, and we're from the same town, like, so we made it happen. We got our own house, like, she met my family, I met hers, like, all of our plans, like, it kind of came true, but that's just not the ending I was expecting. But anyways, COVID was pretty hard in prison, man. Like, we would have to wait hours for chow because they would let us sit, like, one at a table. Like, man, we all live together, like what's wrong with y'all, you know what I mean? And it was really hard. Like, even the classes, they would have, like, 8 people per class, I think. And luckily, we had class together, because we pulled chain together. So, yeah, eventually the guards started finding out. Everybody knew, they stopped pulling chains. So we were the last chain that pulled, and they didn't let nobody else get into the program because of COVID. So people just were leaving, There were empty bunks, a lot of empty bunks because there was nobody coming in. So we were pretty known. Like, we started dating since we got there, until we left. Like, all the guards knew about us. All the unit knew about us. Like, we would always go to rec together. Like, that's my girl, like, and she works supply, so she'd be in the hallways and shit, and she will make any excuse to, like, go drop a rag at my dorm and shit, and she'd go in there and kiss me, or, things like that. Or I would fall out for education or whatever in the morning, and we would go to her job, and her boss was pretty cool, so she would let us go to, like, in a little closet and just, like, make out and stuff like that. And most of the guards were cool with us, guys. Like, people, like, guards would pass commissary for us, or kites, or, like, just hook us up so we could, like, go out together to eat chow. Like, she lived, the dorm across from me, so if my dorm would go out first, I would be the last one in my dorm, and then her dorm would be next. So she'd be the first one in her dorm, so we would eat together. Like, there's a lot of tricks to do it, and it's a crazy experience. Like, I love that I met her. Like, even in jail, like, I have that experience with her. Like, not many people have that, like, those memories and those experiences, man. Like, I love my baby. All the guards would give me shit, man. Like, I'm that stud, with the pretty girlfriend. Like, the guards that didn't like me, like, they would give me a hard time. Like, they would give us a hard time, and my baby just be like, let it go, like, don't answer back. And I'd be like, it's not fair, everybody's right next to each other, so why is she telling us shit, like, just because I'm a stud, And most of the time I was right. Like, I rarely would get in trouble or get a write-up or anything like that, because they mostly would pick on me. And Ellie was very Pacific. Like, she was that sweet girl. Like, people could talk shit to her and she'd be just, like, brushing it off, which it's surprising because she could fight, man. Like, she could fuck me up sometimes, but she never fought in there. One girl attacked her one time, but she was crazy, and Ellie just was like, what the fuck, bro? They ended up, moving them and shit. But it's a lot of memories I have in there, and I just wanted to give y'all, like, a summary, of how I met her and my personal experience and shit. After that, I got out on August 15th? I think was my release date. I got out and I had some drugs still from before I got locked up, right? Some ecstasy, and I got out and I sold that shit. Ellie got out August 19th, 4 days after me. I sold enough to make my money to go get her. I rented a car. I got everything ready and shit. I let her know I'm going, because that was my plan. Like, I told her I'm gonna make it happen, like, one way or another. I'm gonna go for you, And I didn't know if I was gonna be able to, but best believe, like, I'm gonna try my best. And I did. I got a rental. I went. I got her. I picked her up at the bus station, and from there we went to the island, and then eventually, I took her to go report and shit. So it's something, that not everybody does for people or that follows through like that. Like, she made me so happy, man. Like, she gave me the best experience. Like, I don't never want to go back to prison, but if I go back and do it all over again to meet my baby, I will. Like, I don't regret anything that has to do with her. Like, I'm hurting so much right now. Yeah, like, I don't think I'm ever going to be the same. And I'm pretty traumatized. Like, I am, guys. Like, a lot of people think I'm okay, but I'm not. But I wouldn't change it for anything. If this pain could go away, if I wouldn't have met her, fuck that. I would rather have this pain for the rest of my life and have the memories I have with her for this year that I was with her than not have that at all. You know what I mean? Like, nobody loved me the way she did, man. Like, she's such an angel, honestly. But I hope you guys liked my prison story or whatever, how I met my baby and how happy she made me at that time. So I'll try to make more videos more often, guys. I'm sorry about that, honestly, but we're still trying, and I hope you guys stay trying. And I'm glad that, sometimes some people tell me like my videos are making a difference on them or other people, and it might not matter to somebody, but as long as one person, benefits from these experiences, like I said, we might hurt for the rest of our lives, but do we rather not have those memories of them than not be hurting? Like, nah, man. Like, I'd rather hurt and have been part of her life than not have met her at all. So stay up, guys. Let me know what questions you guys have or what you want me to talk about, and I'm gladly gonna do it. Like, I don't have any problem talking about Ellie at all or my personal life or anything on that matter. Like, stay up, guys. Okay, y'all, so this is my baby's kite. I have a lot of cards, pictures that she would send me, obviously, and a lot of her kites. This is one of the first kites she gave me. I have so many letters. Like, I love that I have all this, honestly.